Hello and welcome to the channel. Now in this series of videos I'm going to be converting this medium wheelbase 2005 Iveco Daily into a motor caravan. Now I've had this van since 2008, it's done about 120,000 miles, it's in very good condition. I used it as in my painting and decorating business, but I'm no longer doing that, so I thought what better use to put this van to than to convert it into a motor caravan, given that all that's happened in the last 18 months. The price has skyrocketed, so I thought, well, I'm going to try and convert this van.
I've removed all the plywood lining, taken all the flooring out, taken it right back to its bare shell. It's in very good condition, as you can see. I've removed the bulkhead, so I've got good access to the cab. And now I think it's time to start putting in the flooring. I'm using 50mm self-tapping screws, and the timber I'm using is 25mm thick pressure treated roofing battens. I'm spacing the battens about 12 inches apart all the way down the length of the van.
So that's the first wheel arch, covered with the Dead Mat Pro Dodo mat. Comes in boxes of 40 sheets. It's quite easy to apply, very pliable. The first thing I do is use some of this degreaser. Clean up the mat intake. It's quite sticky there, and I will stick it on this one. Work it into that crease. Just like that.
All the battens are screwed down, and I'm infilling with 25mm thick Kingspan insulation board. Then I'm going to cover all the battens, all the joints, with foil tape to make a good vapor barrier. And then I shall be installing the 12mm thick plywood sheets to create the subfloor.
So the flooring's down, as you can see, and I've marked out with blue tape roughly where the different elements are going to be. So that'll be the bed there, 4'6" wide. That's going to be the bathroom area with the door hinged on that corner, and that'll be the kitchen area. This area is going to be a bench, and that's where all the electric's going to be, the batteries. This is a medium wheelbase van, semi-high top, so it's high enough. I'm 5'11". There's plenty of room for me to walk around, even with the insulated floor. But it's not the real high top van, but it is high enough. I've got a vent to go in here. I've got to get that. I'm going to have one of those with a fan in it. Anyway, so that's the progress so far. And yeah, next job I think is going to be trying to get this roof vent in while the weather's good. Right, so now you can see we've got a nice hole cut in the van. Hopefully the right dimensions. I've got everything correct. Yeah, that went okay. I'm going to treat this raw edge with some hammerite. So what I'm doing now is putting in the timber frame on the inside. I've used some 12mm ply as a packer, and then I've got this 2x2, well it's 47x47mm timber to make the internal frame. Now this piece, this one goes all the way across, and I've used grit fill up there, which will set eventually, but I've bonded it here with some fiberglass, and I'm going to screw through there on that one, and this one is notched so it hangs on this support rail. Now I'm going to do the same on this side, and then join the two, screw it all together, and that will give me a nice solid base on the inside. And then on the outside I'm going to glue some plastic UPVC strips I've cut here and here to level this area up so it's flat on the top. And I think that should do a good job. So I finished off putting the Heki mini roof light in today. All the sealant that I used on the timber dried out overnight really nicely, nice and solid. So fitted this on a bed of mastic. Really pleased with that. That's going to give us some nice cross ventilation. So today I'm making a start on the insulation, and I'm using this recycled plastic bottle fibre, which is excellent stuff. It's not affected by damp or mold or anything like that. You don't need to wear a mask, it's not itchy. It's really easy to work with. And I've been stuffing it in all the voids in here. And even if you've only got a little tiny hole, as long as you can get your little finger in, you can work it in there. So it's doing a really nice job. I'm going to fill all these channels up. This is going to be behind the bathroom, and eventually it'll go in the walls. So the next big job I've got to do is cut a hole in that wall to fit a window. It's going to be a solid window. There's no opening to it. I couldn't find one for an Iveco with a sliding section, so that's going to be a solid window. A max air fan which is going up here, which will give us some excellent cross ventilation and fan blowing in and out. That's going to work really well. At the moment I'm just carrying on with the insulation, filling up all the voids in all these sections down the sides. It's got some more timber structure to go in, so I've got something to screw to when I put the paneling on. I'm going to use a tongue and groove panel on these sections and on the roof. I'm going to do the roof in sections, so if I need to get to a section at any time in the future, it's a bit more accessible rather than doing the whole thing in one long length. So I've got this side of the wall all insulated. Really nice to work with, this recycled bottle material. And I've also glued in some structural 2x2 timber, which will give me a nice secure anchor point to attach walls and cupboards to. Quick update, I've run some of the wiring in, 2-core 12 volt, that's going to go to the bathroom fan, the max air, and this one round here which is going to pick up all the LED lights. And then these two are running some Arctic blue, which is going to go down into the kitchen area for two double sockets for the electric heating and the fridge and the water pumps. I've got to run another 12 volt to the water pump that's going down under there. There's a 220 sorry, Arctic blue that's going to come out there with a double socket for charging in the garage area. And these I'm going to spur off for LED spotlights under there'll be a little cabinet here, little cupboard here, spotlights just here, spotlights underneath with USB charging points. Then there'll be cupboards coming down to about there. I've glued in this structural timber, bonded it in with some Sikaflex, so that gives me a nice structural piece of wood to screw into. And then I'm going to put another piece up here. There'll be a partition here where the kitchen goes that side, cupboards this side, so there'll be plenty of storage there. And then this is where the bathroom enclosure is going to go, or the toilet. So I've got another vent to go up in there, which will be the next job. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe if you're interested, hit the notifications bell, that way you'll get told whenever I upload a new video. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.